Hi, can I please have your name and the name of the game?
Ru Weerasuriya, and the name of the game is The Order 1886.
Can you give us some background information on the Order?
The Order 1886 is a third-person action shooter based in Victorian-era London. It's actually the retelling of a little bit of our history, with kind of twists and turns that wouldn't really have happened in reality.
Now, what has changed since your first reveal at E3?
Since our first reveal at E3, we only showed a trailer back then, just to kind of give people an idea of what we were building. Since then, we've actually been able to show gameplay, we've shown technology, we've shown the quality of the graphics, basically, that we're bringing to the PlayStation 4. And finally, just a few weeks ago, we revealed our latest gameplay footage and our playable demo at PlayStation Experience that gives you a real good idea of what the whole game is all about. This moment-to-moment gameplay, this cinematic experience that we've been talking about.
What inspired you to choose this alternate reality setting?
The reason why we chose it, this alternate reality, is that we always thought that history was the best place to go for ideas. History is filled with mysteries. Whenever you think about what happened in the past, there's always like multiple reasons behind why they happened. So the idea here was really to rewrite history and maybe explain history a different way than people are used to. And one of the best eras to do that in for us was really this post-industrial revolution Europe, neo-Victorian London, what we call neo-Victorian London, where so much happened. The world changed during the last 50 years of the 19th century, and we found like a really rich ground to not only base our story on there, but the people that you'll find in the game, the real people actually, like Nikola Tesla, like Charles Darwin. We've had a lot of people that basically we've drawn from, and they just added to this lore that we're trying to build and really created an immersive and rich world.
What is the Order and what is their mission?
The Order is the Order of Knights, basically. There are a group of knights that were formed together by a long time ago by a king. Actually, it's also the retelling of the Knights of the Round Table. King Arthur brings these knights together hundreds and hundreds of years ago in order to fight a war that has been brewing actually between humanity and half-breeds. And the half-breeds are these humans that have in so many ways evolved beyond humanity. They've become something else. They've become, I want to say, not abominations, but definitely something different that people are not accustomed to. For example, in our game, we show lichens, where you definitely see that they have a human side, but that because of their power, they've been able to basically come to the forefront and bring the war to the humans. This Order of Knights created by Arthur are the Knights of the Round Table. They come together to protect humanity, and over the centuries, they grow from this small group of knights around the Round Table to a bigger and bigger group that becomes more and more prominent. And by the time we hit our game in the 19th century, here are knights that are really, kind of out of time, fighting with weapons, with modern weapons, and also old weapons against these half-breeds.
So these knights are immortal?
They are not immortal. That's one of the things that we didn't want to have in the game. What they have is this substance called black water that allows them to live longer. That black water allows them to heal from wounds that otherwise would kill them. But what it does to them is this inhuman longevity that they get. They basically age slower. So people who might be 40 years old might have lived not 40 years, but maybe 400 years. So really they get this longevity, but they're still mortal, and they will die at one point or the other.
Can you talk about some of the characters that players can look forward to using?
The main character of the story, the player character, is a character called Galahad. His real name is Grayson. He's a knight who's lived for a few hundred years, and he has this kind of battle-worn attitude. He's very detached in so many ways from the world sometimes, but he's got this group of knights around him that have always been with them. Some of them have been there for hundreds of years, some of them for much less. One of them is his mentor, Sir Percival, Sebastian Mallory. Another one is Lady Igraine. Lady Igraine is the youngest woman actually to ever join the Knights, and is someone who's very close to Galahad. And the fourth person in the squad is Lafayette, and that's actually the real Marquis de Lafayette that we took from history. He lived about 140 years before actually the time of our game. But because of, again, our lore and our twist in history, we were able to basically use his storyline and make him present in the Victorian era as a knight of this order.
Now, is the enemy organized, or is it sort of hunting monsters?
The enemy is organized, and the best part about this is that you're not only going to be able to fight half-breeds, you're also fighting a rebellion that's basically rising within London. The rebels are coming from the lower caste of London, the lower part of society, and they rise up basically because they feel like you, as a knight, you're fighting for the haves and not really for the have-nots. So you are really fighting also this group of rebels, the rebellion that are rising against you and the authorities. And in the midst of it, you also have this fight going on with half-breeds. So on both sides, you have two organized enemies: one with weapons and humans basically with weapons who are organizing and fighting against you, and on the other side, these half-breeds that are much less prevalent, but still are hard to fight because they are smart and they can do things that normally you wouldn't expect monsters to.